also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chuilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chuilaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning, it's your KCHW morning show. It is Friday, November 1st, the day after Halloween. Good morning, everybody. How's that candy hangover doing?
Can't speak, have no microphone, sorry.
It's doing pretty good.
Right?
All the sweet tarts I ate. Definitely can feel it.
Right?
You guys are making my point.
Exactly.
Did you guys have too much sugar last night?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we all do. It's
Yeah.
I didn't have any alcohol last night, but I do feel slightly hungover this morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Xander and Daniel went down for Boo Fest, and they brought back some epic full-size candy bars.
Oh yeah.
And so I got he brought me back this giant Snickers bar. It was so good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We gave away cowtails last night, which is one of my favorite candies of all time.
What are cowtails?
Ooh, we actually had, these were chocolate caramel cowtails. So normal cowtail, it's like a white cream filling inside. It's like a stick, where it's almost like a caramel straw filled with this lovely white cream. But the ones we were giving away for Halloween had a chocolate cream inside, and it was this dark chocolate cream inside of a caramel outside. They're amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, you've never had a cow? If you see cowtails in the store, go get yourself a cowtail.
Okay.
They're delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my favorite candies of all time.
All right.
And they have that perfect chewy caramel, and it doesn't stick to your teeth.
Right now, everybody's
that's
going to
the
have
best.
to go get a cowtail.
Oh yeah.
What is
yeah.
your favorite candy?
Oh, I have so many.
Right?
Yeah, I usually, like a Snickers is really good, but I remember liking whatchamacallits a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I like that kind of, what is it, like a rice cracker kind of.
Don't the whatchamacallits have pretzels in them?
No, I don't think they're
No,
pretzels.
let's take 5.
You guys
That's
are
a
like
Take
naming
5.
candy bars I've never heard of. What's a whatchamacallit?
It's a whatchamacallit.
It's chocolate covered, what do they call those, rice
Like
cookies?
puffed rice or something?
Like rice cakes or
Or
not a
you-
rice cake?
You know what I'm talking about, though. They're like the wafer cookies, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
chocolate covered.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's got
okay.
that real crisp snap to it with the sugar
And
icing
and more
stuff.
sugar.
We apparently
It's
have
sugar
to have
on top of sugar.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As it should be, right? We have to have a candy share here in the radio station because I've never seen these things.
We had some great responses from trick or treaters at our house last night. So we had 2 buckets. One were treats, one were tricks. And we would ask the kids, "You want a trick or a treat?" And if they wanted a treat, they would get their choice between a cowtail or a full size Kit Kat.
Oh, wow.
And then if they wanted a trick, and they weren't really tricks, we would ask them chocolate or chicken. And then see, that was the face they all gave. So if it was chocolate, it was a packet of hot cocoa mix, which is really nice for when you come home after
Yeah,
trick or treating.
right.
And kids were actually really happy about that. And the chicken was a packet of chicken top ramen.
You did. You
Yeah.
said you were going to
Oh
give
yeah.
out ramen.
Yeah. And the kids that chose the chicken were so excited to get that ramen. They were they would run down the ramp. Oh my God, we got ramen.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is awesome.
It was fantastic.
It's zombie brains. but
Right?
yeah.
Right. Ooh, we should have called it that.
Right, zombie brains. They
Dehydrated
believed it.
zombie
They
brains.
loved
Chicken
it.
flavored zombie brains.
Yeah, freeze-dried zombie brains.
Did you have like a favorite costume? We had the haunt up last night, and we
Yeah.
had the epic costumes that came through.
There were some amazing ones. We went to the casino for the costume party.
Yeah.
Or the costume contest. We got there. We didn't realize how they were doing the voting. You had to be there for a long time to get votes, because by the time we got there, everyone had already submitted their votes.
Right.
But the person that won was this homemade Oscar the Grouch costume. where
Oh,
he
I saw a
was-
picture of it where he
Yeah.
was holding the guy was holding the
Yeah.
can.
It was incredible.
That is cool.
The whole night, he never broke character. He was Oscar the Grouch
oh, how funny.
the whole night. Yeah.
Mm.
Where is he? We need him for the theater.
We do. He was incredible. I have no idea who it was. But
Even better, right? Even
yeah.
better with the costuming.
yeah, and it was great because the whole night, yeah, he was Oscar the Grouch the entire night. Never broke character. Never stopped being Oscar.
That is
We
so
had
cool.
I had my wife wearing my kid's costume that she made,
Uh-huh.
and talking about it because they were both handmade fursuit costumes, and had this whole conversation. We realized after the fact, like, oh wow, we just had this like 10-minute conversation about making costumes with Oscar the Grouch. And we were actually looking and talking to Oscar the whole time, the puppet hand. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well,
He was
because my
amazing.
favorite coming through, you know what an axolotl is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Those cool
Oh,
little.
yeah.
Right? Well, so somebody had an inflatable axolotl costume, like those inflatable dinosaur costumes.
Oh, that would have been great.
And so they were coming through, and it was that wide axolotl head. I'm like, I don't know how you got through Spider Alley with that thing. I'm not take everything down. It's awesome. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning.
So, yes, it was epic. It was awesome. It did rain. Every time I got the notice, though, on my phone that said the rain is about to stop, the skies would open up and it would be like, shh.
Well, at one point it rained during Boo Fest. It rained a little while,
Uh-huh.
and then it seemed like it was going to clear up. Even the sun popped out for like 30 seconds,
Right, and then a downpour.
and then a
Then hail.
downpour, and then the hail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the streets, 30 minutes before Boo Fest ended, the streets just cleared out,
Right?
and everybody was done.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of a clean break, though. So it kind of worked out.
Oh, Catherine says there was a great chicken, too. I didn't see the chicken. How did I miss the chicken? We had an
Ooh.
inflatable dinosaur. We had the axolotl. We had a young lady in a trash can. That was really cool. We had so many kids. We had a lot of kids come by. A lot of princesses, a lot of zombies, a lot of, vampires and
Nice.
the ski mask guy, Freddy, I think,
What do you guys think was the most
Jason.
common costume you saw last night?
Huh. Catherine, you'll have to answer because I can't.
I saw-
the Ghostbusters. We had the entire trio of Ghostbusters came
nice.
through with the packs and everything. They were epic. They were really cool.
Very cool.
Let's see.
I saw one. It was the entire cast of Wizard of the Oz, or Wizard of the Oz,
How fun!
but every person in costume was a 90-plus-year-old lady.
That is awesome.
And they were all best friends, and they all dressed up as all the characters from Wizard of Oz. I think one of them was 89, so
That
not
is
quite
awesome.
the 90
Were they from
threshold. but-
Kansas? Or?
Right?
Right?
They might as well have been. But yeah, it was one of those, and that was in a costume contest in Colville, and how could you not vote for them? They
How
were
could you not vote
adorable.
for them?
Absolutely
Right?
adorable. Last I checked, they were in the lead. That contest is still ongoing, but
Catherine says the Scream character was the most common.
the Scream character. Okay,
yeah,
I
there were
saw.
a lot of kids coming through with the Scream character. And then we had a lot of kids who just kept going through the haunt. And I'm like, I've given you candy at least twice now.
Well, that's good. They like it enough. They want to come back.
I
Right?
know, it was cool.
That's
And
flattering.
then I'm in there going, I smell children.
The kids were.
I was, and so
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
they would come in with.
Aw.
You're lovely children. I have treats and sweet things to eat. Come, children.
Oh, you're creeping me out. You gave me goosebumps.
Look at even
I saw-
Craig is over here.
I saw a lot of witches last night.
Good.
A lot of young girls in witches dressed as witches. That was cute. We had one that came up. She was one that got the chicken top ramen. That was super excited about it. This
Nice.
adorable little girl. She came up the porch. My son was up there, and as she was walking up, we've got a ramp up to our front door. She's like, "I'm a witch," and then she starts describing all of her costume.
Oh, how fun.
And pulling her hat off and showing how her hat was made. And then she starts showing off her candy. And I got this candy and I got this. And she was
Oh,
up
how
there for 5 minutes
fun.
talking about all the great stuff she got. She was adorable. And her
That's
parents were like,
awesome.
come on, honey. Come on. They don't care. And we're like, no,
No, we totally care,
We
yeah.
totally care.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
It was great. We had a great time.
It was a lot of fun.
And karaoke last night.
yeah,
How did
tell
that
us
go?
Oh,
about
yeah, it
your
was a
favorite
hit.
costumes at karaoke.
Who won the costume contest?
Her name's Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
and she had her own homemade costume. So it was. I can't remember exactly what she was
I was just
exactly, but I
gonna say,
know
that's
she
not
had
very
real.
descriptive, Craig.
She had real candy in her hair. That was the one thing that took a lot of time. Like she used licorice to tie her hair up, and then had like
Was she Vanellope Von Sweets?
that might have been. I didn't ask.
Okay.
I wasn't really in the
goodness.
judging of it. I mean, I was kind of helping organize the
Yeah.
like everything, but I wasn't. I was like, I didn't want to have that decision. I'm like, if there's a tie, let me know, and I'll be the tiebreaker. But
I
Yeah.
did see a really great Vanellope Von Sweets out there last night.
I'm just trying to imagine trying to get that candy out of my hair.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's not a problem now, but
right.
can you
Right.
imagine long hair with sweets in your hair? That is commitment,
Especially in the rain,
right?
because then that's a
Like-
real commitment
Right?
for probably at least half an hour in the shower later that night.
Maybe
Yeah.
she just shaved her head. Maybe that's what the whole. I'm just
I
gonna.
think it
cut
was her real hair. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's awesome. People are
yeah.
so creative.
I'm assuming Catherine's commenting on your voice with your creepy children voice.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. And I actually
was good.
quieted it down for the radio. You're welcome.
All right, so we talked a little bit about the weather last night. It was not the best weather out there for Halloween. There were bits and moments of good weather and not so good, and
Right.
had a little hailstorm there for a while. But today it's looking like some more rain. We're gonna get a high of 41 degrees. Chance of rain today sitting at 100%.
Yep.
Yep,
100%.
And 38
So no matter where you are,
It's gonna be
It's
raining.
gonna be
it's gonna
raining.
be
Yep.
raining. Yep. And then 38 degrees overnight. That chance of rain drops all the way down to 90%. 38 degrees overnight, and then 44 and 31 tomorrow with some showers in the morning, then clearing up, hopefully in the afternoon. That's what it said it was going to do yesterday too. So
Right.
pretty
believe
accurate.
that, yeah.
Ooh,
Right?
and then Monday it says rain, snow on my screen.
Ooh.
Does
Oh.
it say rain, snow on your screen?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But we skipped over
Wow.
Sunday, which is going to be 43 degrees, 28
Sorry?
for the low, partly cloudy skies. Yeah, then on Monday, 40 for the high, 29 for the low.
I did get a report that they had 4 inches at the summit yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ski hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted. I'm like, yes, and they were like, it's sticking, it's sticking. So I'm super excited.
I wonder if surely it melted off by the end of the day, right? Even up there at the top, or did it
I
stick
don't
around? You
know.
know?
They posted all the last post I saw from them before I went into witch mode was that it was sticking. We have snow and it's sticking. So
Nice.
did you see an update later, or were you too busy working?
I just talked to a friend of mine that works up there. That's
well,
what he
he's
told me.
got the real deal over here. What am I saying? What did they say?
Yeah, I just went straight to the source.
That's awesome.
I just need to know, and I need to go up there and book my gigs for the winter. That's what.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they're running. I'm going. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, I'm super excited. Look at this. Okay, so Tuesday, my screen says 47-degree high, 25-degree low, and then we have sun or mostly sunny until Sunday. Do you like that edit I just did there?
Sunday.
Right? And then we just have rain and snow showers. Literally
Rain-
for the next,
for-
let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days at this point.
Woo! We might actually get a little bit of
Yeah.
snow on the ground.
That would be fun.
Hopefully the leaves fall first, because that one we had a
Yeah.
couple years ago when
No, that
the
was
leaves were still
awful.
on the tree. The leaves were still green. We got a foot of snow.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, that was.
Trees were breaking everywhere. I don't want to do that again.
We almost lost power at our house. We had a great big branch fall on our power lines, and the power was
Yeah.
going in and out. It was until we
Right.
got that off. Yeah, we actually had to hire. It was big enough. We had to hire someone to come out. That day. That's expensive to have someone come out in an emergency and
Yeah.
Oh,
limbs off your
absolutely.
trees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our power line was sagging. It was probably down a good 6-7 feet from where it normally
Oh my
hangs.
gosh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, I mean, speaking of power going out, it was so funny. I don't know. I guess somebody leaving the haunt last night tripped over the power cord and they unplugged the tent. And so people were in the tent, the haunt, and then all of a sudden the lights went out. And I'm like, well, so we had the pumpkins on and we had some effects on, but the main lights that we had strung overhead, everything went black. And so people were coming through with their phones,
I
trying to-
thought it wasn't supposed to be scary, and here you are terrifying the kids.
Exactly. It was like,
Yeah,
oh,
what would we
no.
do without the flashlights on our phones?
I know. How did we survive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just saying.
Speaking of terrifying,
Glowworms.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I use my flashlight phone so much. I don't know
So
how I
much.
got. Is it just that we didn't realize how often we needed flashlights, or are our eyes just getting old enough to where we need a flashlight to see anything?
No, because I remember always having like a little mini mag light or something.
Yeah.
But
Some-
then, yeah. But now we have our phones, so I don't need my mini mag light. I probably should still have my mini mag light.
I can remember growing up, collecting all kinds of little kitschy, silly little flashlights,
Like
and
keychain
then
lights and yeah.
and they'd have those little watch batteries, and then the batteries would go out, and then you'd pitch the light.
yeah.
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 Because it was more,
Because you can never find the batteries you're looking for.
and it's more expensive to buy the batteries than to go buy another light.
Yeah.
That's not a good commentary on our
No, it's
consumable waste here. Okay.
It's not. So
You know what we have?
Speaking of terrifying the kids, what do we
Right,
have? Do you have
for
lunch
food.
menus? Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. Oh, we're tracking. We're together. Okay. So we have the November breakfast menu.
Ooh.
and it's got Happy Thanksgiving, and it's got a traditional gift, turkey on it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys, I'm expecting more.
Oh,
September's was awesome.
I'm still showing up. Oh no, I'm looking up November.
You
There
have
we go.
to look it up. Okay,
Yep.
so they have stepped it up
Looks
on
like he eats
Fridays.
well.
Oh wait, today's Friday. It is going to be an omelet and hash brown.
Wow.
I know, that sounds really good with fruit or juice.
I wonder, do they are they given an omelet, or is it like a full omelet bar? They probably just pre-make them.
Well, I don't know, because it usually, remember, they had the or. And so today it's saying for Fridays they get an omelet and hash browns, fruit or juice. I mean, hopefully they get fruit and juice. Maybe fruit and milk, maybe fruit, I don't know.
I just had a half a ham sandwich for breakfast. I want an omelet and hash
Right?
browns. That sounds good.
That sounds good. And then for lunch, they are having it's on the previous menu. Monday, Friday. No, because that's the 8th. That's the 8th. So I don't know.
It starts on the 4th, yeah.
You're going to start today.
You're just gonna eat candy that you have
Yeah,
left
you're
over
gonna
from
eat your
the
candy for
from
lunch.
Boo Fest.
I don't know. I have to pull up the Guest Elementary.
There we go. It says Chef's Choice.
Is it really say that?
Yeah, it says Chef's Choice.
Wow.
Yeah, with your choice of fruit and veggie. Or with fruit and veggie, I guess, not your choice. Chef's Choice.
Well,
yeah, it was a brown bag lunch day. Nobody
Right?
got the memo.
All right. Well, sorry, everybody. Here we go. Menu. Chuck said Chef's Choice. Let me pull it up again just to make sure, because 2 eyes are better than one. Yeah, Chef's Choice.
Because you can never trust what I say, especially on the radio.
But they're not even gonna make it. They're not even gonna be hungry. They're gonna be so full of carbohydrates and sugar from eating all that candy.
I was going to say they're going to be levitating all day.
Yeah.
Just like, "Ee."
I will have to say that the thing that got us more than the candy is we were out and about last night, and there was this cinnamon roll that somebody ordered at the table we were sitting at, and it was the biggest cinnamon roll I've ever seen in my life. It
Where
took
were
up.
you?
We were at the casino, and it took up this entire dinner plate,
Oh yeah, the cinnamon rolls are huge there.
and
I didn't know that.
we're thinking, oh, we're hungry because all
It's
we
like
had.
a birthday cake.
Yeah. And all we've had today is candy, but then
Wow.
we were going to order it was late,
Yeah.
they all they had were fried bar foods anyway, and we're like, well, that's not any more unhealthy than tater tots, which is what we were going to order. So let's just order the cinnamon roll.
Right?
And we were going to eat half and bring the other half home to the kids. We ate the whole thing.
Was it awesome?
It was amazing. It was like the lightest, fluffiest cinnamon roll I've ever had.
Well, see, this is good to know, because remember, we still need to do the cinnamon roll bake-off taste test.
Oh
So
yeah.
I talked to the lady who sells her pastries, the lovely lady who, can't remember her name, but she advertises on Chihuahua News and Information. And she has a booth usually at Fall Fest or other things, and she has her baked goods that she sells.
Is it Shannon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I talked to her, and she said yes, she would be interested in participating. And then, of course, we would get the bread box, get their cinnamon rolls. But I wanted a third option. Now I know about the casino, so we'll have to go get the casino's cinnamon roll.
Ooh, you know what would be fun about that?
What?
The CJ who runs the restaurant over there at the casino,
Uh-huh.
Shannon's husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
I wonder if Shannon taught them how to make the cinnamon rolls.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll
I
have
don't
to
know
see
if they
them.
make them from scratch out there at the casino.
No, they that's what they said, that they make them from scratch. So
Right? So, see, that would be an
just saying.
epic
Maybe.
taste test.
Greg's like, I don't know about that.
It's like 3 cinnamon rolls. Stop complaining.
I'm not complaining. I don't think. Well, I don't know. They could bake them from scratch. but-
It tasted homemade.
Okay.
was-
Oh, okay, good.
yeah.
I just it's been years since I worked out there, but I remember the ones that they had. I mean, they were big, but they seemed like they were ones that came in off the truck.
Yeah.
Well, we will ask before
They were
we
still
involve
good.
them.
I just-
Okay.
Yeah. It was really good.
All right. So what's next?
I don't know, where are we? I don't even know. I'm just flailing this morning.
Right? Okay. So
I
have.
I barely made it up today. You
Right?
guys are lucky I'm here.
It was a little hard to get out of the warm
It
bed
was
this
so
morning.
hard to get out of bed this morning. Okay.
It really was.
It was, yeah.
It was one of these mornings. I think the weather and the darkness and
Right?
my dogs
And the
barking, waking
sugar,
me up
yeah.
at 5, and by the time I got back to bed, it was
Right?
time to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know when my phone stops snoozing, it doesn't even give me the option. It's time to get up.
Time to get up.
Yeah.
Yep. You get 3 snoozes, buddy.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
And then you're either asleep or you're here. Too funny. I know.
Let's. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna continue on with the rant here.
You pointed at me like I was ranting.
This guy over here in his rant.
But it's like, no, it's like I have a habit on Wednesdays and Fridays where I wake up at some unknown early hour of the morning, right? I get up, I use the restroom, I go back to bed, and then I cannot sleep. And right as I'm approaching snooze zone, my alarm goes off to get up to come here. And I'm like, oh. So it's like, I don't even want to know how long I've been sitting there with things going through my brain. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, what about this? Well, blah, blah, blah. And then the alarm goes off. So I'm like, oh, so frustrating. Okay. So events?
Yeah, let's go into the local events. Do you want to go ahead and kick us off there?
All right. Well, of course, we have on Friday mornings the Chamber of Commerce going from 7 to 8 a.m. You can still make the last 15 minutes if you're already at the Mystiqua Cafe. So on Fridays, always make sure to go out and check out the Chamber of Commerce meeting from 7 to 8 a.m. Then we have the adult pickleball. It says still outside open court, but we know that is now at the middle school, right?
Yeah, we weren't sure on Wednesday, but I think given the weather, I think it's pretty safe to say they are not playing pickleball outside anymore.
Yeah, definitely at the middle school. And then we have our community sushi and nighttime karaoke, and we'll hear more about that from the wonderful Craig here. On Sunday. Okay, I don't have anything on Saturday before I get all excited.
You know, I for one, that's like a day of refreshment right there.
Right, and it's going to be sunny.
Oh yeah.
And not raining.
I'm gonna clean.
I'm gonna try to get as much
clean
out
my
of
house.
the haunt as possible. Okay, we ready?
You're gonna clean up as much as the haunt. Is that what you said?
Yeah, take out the
yeah.
the decorations and stuff. All right, ready? Okay, on Sunday, we have the Tribal Artisan Day, which I'm super excited about. Join Mystiqua Casino Hotel in celebrating National Native American Heritage Month as we feature the works of local artisans, tribal artisans who will be on site selling and showcasing their unique and authentic goods. So super excited about that. That's going on from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. over at the Mystiqua Casino. Everybody who is participating in that has to be a verified tribal participant, tribal entity. So very, very cool for some authentic goods.
And these are the artists that need to be tribal to participate, not the people going.
Oh, no,
it's
we
open
can
to the
go.
public. Yeah.
It's open to the public, yes, but the artisans themselves, yes.
How cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And then if you look at the community calendar, we do not have auditions on Sunday. I don't know why that's still up there.
I couldn't get it off. It won't let me take it off. Yeah.
Weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so just ignore that. But also going on Sunday, of course, is the All Ages Blues Jam, which Craig will also be talking about in just a bit.
If you wear blue, then it will be the Blues Jam.
Right? We'll turn it into something else. Let's see. I'm skipping ahead. We have the Community Coffee Social on the 5th, November 5th, at the Senior Citizen Center. That's from 10 a.m. to 12. We have, let's see what else is going on. We have lots of fun stuff. Skipping ahead. We have bingo on the 6th from 6 p.m. to 8 at Fired Up Pizza. We have lots of music stuff that Craig is going to talk about. We have our performances, the one-act play performances that's coming up. That's going to be on the 15th, 16th, and 17th over at the Center for the Arts. So those are going to be a lot of fun. They're a hoot. They're very entertaining, and they have a wide range of different subjects that they're talking about. So definitely come out and start getting your tickets for the one-act plays. And then Catherine says that knitting starts this Tuesday at the Center for the Arts, which is awesome.
Oh, is Darcia doing that again?
Well, I hope so. She's going to say so. If not Darcia, then Catherine will be there. But yeah, it's got to be Darcia. It's going to go from 2 to 4 every Tuesday. So bring your knitting projects, bring your enthusiasm. If you don't know how to knit, Darcia is amazing. She teaches everybody how to knit. And come on out, and we sit around the table, and we talk and share, and we all are working on something. So it's a great fun.
You know, I gotta say, I'm gonna gush a little bit about Miss Darcia here because
yes,
she is a wonderful human being.
Yes.
When you think of I don't know, I think of 50s television,
like comfort,
like comfort, wholesome mom. That's Darcy. She played my mom briefly in a play that we're in.
Yeah.
She got sick and had to be recast halfway through, but
Yeah.
My new mom was great, but there a lot of times I wonder what if she would have stayed my mom, because
Right.
she just totally has that. And we were having a conversation last night with our kids about, when we were kids, like my mom would always make popcorn balls to hand out and wrap them in plastic.
Right. And she made popcorn last night.
And she made caramel popcorn
Yes.
right as we were talking about that. And I'm like, see?
Right.
And I
Totally.
just, from Darcia, yeah, okay. I wish I would have known. I would have gone to her house
Right.
and got some caramel popcorn from Darcia.
Like,
Because I bet
I'm
it was
a
delicious.
kid. I swear I'm a kid.
Right.
Totally cool. So that's really super exciting. And that is starting this Tuesday, which will be, that is the 5th of November.
And Catherine has confirmed that, yes, that
It
is in fact, the
Darcia.
lovely Darcia. Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we have going on. We have, I said, the one-act plays. And then, if you have missed out on the auditions thus far, we have another audition for a lot of fun, this play, Southern Fried Nuptials. We have
Oh, yeah.
community auditions on the 18th and 19th from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Center for the Arts. And that's going to be a lot of fun. You don't have to have anything prepared. Just come over. There will be lines for you to read. And Bonnie will be talking to everybody about what that play is all about. So very
Nice.
exciting.
Another one, Bonnie. I've had Bonnie as a stage manager in a play, but I bet she's a great director as well.
This is going to be her second directing enterprise. She's directing some of the one-act plays, and then this will be her first big thing. So, yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's
We've got
awesome.
a lot of great directors here.
Yeah.
Yeah, people, we get there's a lot of great singers and all that, but I don't think a lot of praise gets put on some of the directors
Yeah.
that we have. We got some really great ones. Of
Oh,
course,
absolutely.
the great legendary Catherine Patton.
I was just going to say. Let's see what else is going on. We have some performances that I do not have up here because I didn't have the times, but I will get those performances up here as soon as I can. The wonderful Wonderettes are going to be performing. We have the stage time Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is coming up in December. We have lots of stuff coming up, so keep an ear out, especially on Wednesdays because Sharon has her notebook. Sometimes I wish she would leave her notebook.
Right? What? Now the Wonderettes, I've never been able to make it to one of their shows. We were there doing auditions the other night.
Yeah.
And we were in the other room with the door closed. And I think I asked something along the lines of like, "Oh, what are they playing here? Is this a soundtrack for one of the shows they're doing?"
Right?
It was them singing.
It was them
They are
singing.
amazing. I'm never gonna miss one of those shows again. 'Cause
Right. I'm
they are-
excited to get the ticket.
They're like, I'm
Yeah.
not exaggerating. They
Yeah.
are Broadway quality singers.
It's really cool. Like in the 40s, 50s, when they had the quartet singers, the
Yeah.
females. That's what the Wonderettes sound like. I mean, they have all of those different harmonies. They have them nailed. It's really cool.
Have you
That's
heard them,
awesome.
Craig?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you got to check them out.
You have to check them out because they
Incredible,
are.
yeah.
And Janet is there directing, and everybody, they're dancing, and they are just. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. So definitely look for those announcements. You can go to the Center for the Arts website, and the tickets will be on sale. I think they're already on sale. I have to double check. Catherine will correct me if they're not. But they should be on sale.
Catherine, why don't you just come on down
I
to
know,
the theater?
she's
Come on
like,
down to
"Come
the radio
on."
station.
She's contributing more than I am. I mean, I see her like keep on the comments keep on jumping off the screen over there. So
Oh my gosh! Well, they of course will be at Valley Drug, and they'll be at Acres Drug, and then of course they'll be online. So
Okay, perfect.
check a look online and make sure you get your tickets because they will sell out soon.
Perfect.
And then good morning, Will. Thank you for joining us.
Will, good morning.
hey, Will,
Right?
got
All
any
right.
work to do in the rain today? There, he
Right?
probably does.
Poor
but,
guy.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's probably not gonna.
right. Speaking of rain,
Find
when
some
is
inside
Maine
work.
opening up? All the work they did and the people drilling those holes and filling them with the gravel.
Drilling holes and filling them with gravel?
They haven't done
Is
that
this
on
like
your
a sensitive
street?
spot? Should we not be talking about this?
No, I
I'm
don't.
just teasing, but
We haven't had
Right?
any holes drilled and filled with gravel on our street.
Oh no, these guys, they totally went down.
Like these
some core
guys.
samples.
I don't know what they're doing. We thought maybe they were putting fiber in. Then we're like, well, are they burying power lines? We're not sure what they're doing. But like every, I would say 10 feet,
Mhm.
they're drilling holes. And then they did something, and they had another one. They would be one at 10 foot, and then there would be one like at 5 feet, and then 10 feet and 5 feet. And so all the way down Clay and Valley, right?
Yeah.
They have these holes, and they go all the way down. What is that street? West something.
Oh, okay. So it was right next to your place. All the rigs right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They must be pulling something.
I
like
heard
fiber or something.
I heard something about fiber optic cable, and there's that company that got the big
Right,
grant
and that's
funding.
what we were hoping,
Yeah.
but we never saw a technology truck, and they filled the holes.
Huh.
So believe me, we were like, oh my gosh, is it fiber? So we're waiting for that tech truck to come and start pushing the fiber, and there's no markings on the truck that is doing it, and then they just did a light dirt gravel fill. So we're like, what's going on?
I know, like at Victoria and Lincoln, there's a hub or where all the cable lines come together.
Yeah.
So maybe they're running it to there.
I wonder.
I don't-
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
Yeah. So and then Maine is painted. It's like,
Yeah.
when are you opening it?
Right.
What's going on?
I've seen there's a bit of a conversation going on around that in the lines,
Right?
and
I'm going to
You
go
know.
to the city of Chewelah and see if they've updated anything.
I'm going to take my bike on it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that and actually having, and that's one of those streets. I know I ride my bike up and down Maine quite a bit.
Yeah.
Back in that's my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and yeah, there are a lot of times when you hear a car coming up behind you, and sometimes cars come rolling up behind you about 40 miles an hour going down that street, and it gets a little hairy, especially you got cars to pass that are parked along the side of the road, and
Right. And now it looks like they have a dedicated bike lane there.
yeah, and I know a lot of people are saying they don't see a lot of bikes on the road right now, but I think the part of it was to encourage more people to get out and ride their bikes and have a pedestrian lane and that bike lane for people. So
Yeah, especially there are a lot of people who are alternately abled and they drive their little wheelchairs and stuff
Yeah.
around. So having that flat, safe space that's, get some space from the cars going by,
exactly,
that will be huge.
and elderly folks and their yeah.
Well, in the winter for the snowmobiles. Yeah.
Right,
And
right,
for
yeah,
snowmobiles and the kids skiing down the street. I can dream.
Ski joring,
Right.
with their dogs, yeah.
Well, I don't see any updates. Darn it. Update your website, City of Chewelah. Come on. All right. Well,
They're not gonna do that.
they're not going to do that. All right.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll be open soon though, because it does look great, and I'm
does look
really
good.
excited to not have to wear my mouth guard to drive down the road.
Right?
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. All right. So what were you going to say? I deviated by going to the Main Street project, but what's up?
I don't know. Was I going to say something?
I thought so. Was he going to say something?
He was like doing a segue to move to something else, but then he
Right.
didn't because
It's probably gone. That's okay. It's one of these mornings. It's the day after Halloween.
Right? We're still on the sugar. We're coming down from the sugar.
People aren't expecting anything out of us today.
What? They're awake at this hour? Oh, my
And Catherine
goodness.
says about the streets that change is hard for people, but this is a good thing. I think it is. I think it
Right?
is. And I think in time people will, I know it's a little strange to have the parking out that close by the street, but it is a very wide street.
It is a pretty wide
And-
street. And then Will said something about the inside job. What is Will talking about?
Inside-
working
Inside.
inside, not in the rain.
Tile
Oh, good.
job inside.
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
And
Well,
after that,
good.
you can come do my shower, Will, and you can buy the tiles too.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, do you guys want to go ahead and take an early break,
Are you gonna?
and then we'll come
Yeah,
back. We got
absolutely.
lots of music stuff coming up.
Yeah,
We got
that would
some
be awesome.
exciting things to talk about happening here. We've got some stuff happening around town coming up that we can talk about too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a little bit of an early break, play some
Okay.
news, and we'll be right back with some birthdays and the news and everything else we got to do. We're going to take a minute, thank our sponsors. You're listening to the KCHW Morning Show, KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, November the 1st, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Kamala Harris said Thursday Donald Trump's comment that he would protect women, whether the woman like it or not, showed that the GOP presidential nominee does not understand women's agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies. That from The Guardian. They report Trump appointed 3 of the justices to the Supreme Court who formed the conservative majority that overturned federal abortion rights. And as the fallout for the 2022 decision spreads, Trump has been taking to boasting at public events that he would protect women and make sure they would not be thinking about abortion. Meantime, political rallies and large-scale get-out-the-vote events might conjure images of a packed arena in a major city. But in states like North Dakota, groups that connect with indigenous voters also are bridging key messaging with entertainment.
This week, several hundred people packed a venue at the Spirit Lake Casino in St. Michael, where they were treated to a mix of popular music from well-known regional acts like Scotty Clifford to traditional drum music. It was all part of the Snag the Vote tour moving through the region. Kirsten Kavanaugh of North Dakota Native Vote says between the guitar solos and singing was a reminder to participate in the election.
We're working on getting that information for the voters to just basically have their voices heard.
In the 2018 midterms, North Dakota saw a surge in voter turnout in Indian country after the state adopted a new restrictive voter ID law, adding to long-standing barriers for people living on reservations. Rallies back then also featured big-name entertainers, but the turnout regressed in 2020 with the effects of COVID-19. I'm Mike Bowen.
Next up, Ohio voters are encountering new voting restrictions this election season, including stricter ID requirements and limited access to ballot drop boxes.
The survey shows opposition to cuts in public sector jobs and a split on whether to keep the U.S. Department of Education, and the pollsters say the responses provide a window into voter sentiment on key policy areas. Dan Hines, a school board member and Ohio public school teacher in the Cleveland area, voices strong support for the federal agency, which many see as a protector for educational equality.
The Federal Department of Education is the federal agency that ensures that Americans, regardless of who their parents are, regardless of what state they live in, that all Americans have equal access to high-quality public education.
In the survey by the polling firm Red America Blue America Research, 57% of people said they oppose getting rid of the Department of Education, while 43% would do away with it. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
Respondents showed clear concern for preserving labor protections, 62% opposed to reducing wages and protections for essential public sector workers. This is Public News Service. Next to Arizona, ground zero for the 2024 election, but also sits on the front lines of the climate crisis as the state has seen another year of record-breaking temperatures.
Chispa, Arizona Executive Director Vianney Olivaria says many state and local races in Arizona will have direct impacts on how state leaders not only manage environmental challenges, but also preserve democracy. She contends Arizona isn't taking full advantage of the natural resources at its disposal.
When we talk about clean energy, democracy, and the future of Arizona, that's what we're talking about. It's a future where this heat is going to get worse, the pollution is going to get worse. That means that our ability to survive will highly depend on our ability to produce electricity.
She adds voters will get to choose candidates vying for 3 seats on the Arizona Corporation Commission, which has significant power over the state's energy decisions. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Meantime, some northeast Wisconsin residents are challenging a wastewater permit issued by the state to a large dairy operation.
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources reissued the wastewater permit to Pagos Ponderosa Dairy in August. Petitioners are now requesting that the State Division of Hearings and Appeals review the terms for water monitoring and limits on the number of animals. Attorney Adam Vosquel with Midwest Environmental Advocates says the DNR has the authority to protect communities.
And we've been pushing for a few years now to see them use that more often. And this is one of those instances where they didn't do enough.
A 2021 Supreme Court ruling allowed the DNR to include terms on groundwater monitoring and setting size limits on CAFOs. But with more than 330 of them across the state, Vosquel says the DNR has included these terms in only a handful of permits. I'm Judith Ruiz Branch reporting.
Finally, our Edwin Javier lets us know New York's affordable housing crisis is being made worse by, that is according to groups who are trying to reform the system.
The state consistently ranks high for high housing cost burdens on renters and homeowners. The New York State Comptroller finds about 52% of the state's renters have a high housing cost burden. Halen Choi with the Communications Workers of America says this can be attributed in large part to big corporate landlords.
When corporate landlords roll into our communities, rents spike, hidden fees add up, and basic maintenance goes out the window. This is not just business as usual. I think what we're seeing is exploitation, plain and simple.
State and federal legislation could rectify these problems, but Choi says the political landscape has prevented it so far. She cites federal lawmakers like New York Congressman Mark Molinaro, who were bankrolled by real estate companies and have voted down federal affordable housing bills. But at the state level, good cause eviction and other tenant protections are working to keep housing costs reasonable.
This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for starting your day with Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah Valley, Deer Park.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
No pressure. No pressure.
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We had a great little break. I think we're a little more woken up now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did a little calisthenics. We did some jumping jacks.
Hoo-ha, 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 hoo-ha.
Exactly. Yeah, we did.
You can tell I have a really hard time sitting. That's why I stand up.
Right?
As soon as we go on break, I like stand
Right?
up.
We did, like Paula just said, we did some Al Pacino impersonations.
There we go.
Yeah, it was great. We had a great time. We had a great time, everybody. You should have been here.
Right?
No.
It was awesome.
So, do you want to just go ahead and move? Well, actually, first, let's go ahead and get into some local birthdays.
Yes.
I had to say, I was on the show with Scott yesterday, and there was one birthday and one anniversary yesterday on Halloween. First of all, how lucky are you to have a Halloween birthday? I mean, there are some days like Christmas. I feel sorry for I feel bad for people that have the Christmas birthdays because they get presents once,
Right.
you know. But Halloween, that's just like. Man, that's double duty right there. That's a great day to have your birthday because then you get.
Yeah, see? I don't know. I can see it being.
Well, you would, like growing up, you would think that, everybody dresses up for my birthday.
Right?
Right, exactly. Well, my stepdaughter, her birthday is just a few days before Halloween. And every year growing up, it was a Halloween-themed party. And it was great because we could invite everybody over. And then she got to have these great big parties where it was our friends and her friends. And,
Right.
I think one time we had like a block party that we did. For her birthday, it was like the weekend before Halloween. Everybody was out anyway. It was actually really nice.
Cool.
So, but then also, how lucky are you to have a partner who is willing and like-minded enough to get married
Right?
on Halloween?
Never forget the anniversary.
Never. How awesome is that?
That's pretty awesome.
And what a great way. Everybody's around you celebrating your anniversary every year.
Every year.
I love
right?
it. I love it. So today on our Hatchula Valley Lions Club birthday calendar, we have one name, and that is Wayne Peck today. And I think the deadline for getting that stuff, your name submitted to the calendar and getting those calendars ordered,
Right.
is up today.
Yeah. Yeah. You better contact somebody in the Lions Club.
So then you might be able to squeeze in there. I have no guarantees. I haven't confirmed that with them. I haven't even confirmed that today is the deadline, but I think that was the deadline. And I don't know if today means your last day or
dun.
It's done.
Yeah.
So,
okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Happy birthday. Happy day. happy birthday. Yay. There we go.
Or you can say happy birthday, Wayne.
Oh, that's good.
There you
Happy
go.
birthday, Wayne. There we
Beautiful. Love it. Love it.
Happy birthday.
All right, Craig, what do you got
All
for
right,
it?
Craig.
Are you
It's
ready?
all you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
He was in a stupor. Look at it. He's like, I'm not here.
Well, I figured we were coming in from the break. I was ready, and then birthdays. I'm like, oh, okay, birthdays. So I'm sorry.
We forgot to get that out of the way the first half of the show.
I get it. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the Northern Lights Spotlight. Now, this is something that I put together, and Chuck's been involved in it too. It's a group on Facebook that every week I'll put up a post, and then on that post you can comment your upcoming events so that we can feature it on the Friday morning radio show here at KCHW. This week, Paula has already mentioned that we're having karaoke tonight at Fired Up Pizza. And then on Sunday, we do the Blues Jam. I just want to make sure I reiterate that those are, and that's from 4 to 7 on Sunday. And then karaoke is from 6 to 9.
Yep.
And that's something we do every week. And we have a lot of fun there at Fired Up Pizza.
And that's and the Blues and Brews Jam is hosted by the Dinosaurs, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
My parents' band. And then Craig and the Brats will be there on first Thursday.
Perfect.
So that's
Perfect.
coming up this next week, and I won't be able to announce it on next week's broadcast, so I might as well do it now. So,
yeah,
my mom's actually going to be out of town, so I'm going to have to find a sub bass player. So,
who do you know that plays the bass?
Yeah, I know somebody.
Who do you?
Yeah.
Who could that be?
You need somebody to slap at a bass.
Slap at a bass.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you would just make his day if you asked him.
Well, that's because honorary brats are the best brats.
Right.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I like to bring in, different brats from time. And people like being bratty. I mean, it's just kind of like, it just kind of opens it up.
Right.
You don't have to be like on your best behavior. You're supposed to be on your worst behavior.
Right.
You're a brat.
Because you're a brat.
Yeah.
Like
oh my
Paula.
gosh, that's awesome. What?
Yeah. No. you're my bratty big sister.
But I did want to mention that a little of the idea of doing this weekly broadcast kind of was from years ago. There was Zach Flannery from the Sovereign and Nonprofits did a weekly podcast, and on that they would feature local Spokane events. And so I was always like, oh, it'd be really cool to do something like that, but for our area up here.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wanted to shed some light onto where the idea kind of came from. And then when I was like, well, something that I could add to the radio show on Friday morning, I'm like, well, that'd be something cool. And it gives an opportunity for other promoters and stuff to kind of get their stuff out a little bit further than their reach.
I like it.
And so anyway, oddly enough, I was going through Facebook and I saw a post. I hadn't seen them post a show in a long time, but they're doing one out at Cruisers, which is out in Spokane, or I think it's Post Falls or Spokane Valley. I think it's Post Falls, actually. And it's a couple musicians that I've been following are also playing that. So it's Sovereign Citizens and the Nonprofits with Nathan Chartre and Jake Rozier out at Cruisers on Saturday, November 2nd. So I'm sure it's Halloween themed because they're a band that dresses up, like all their members dress up. They're post-apocalyptic. They have a whole like backstory and stuff. I think Chuck would really be into what they do.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
I'm focusing in.
It's kind of steampunk, post-apocalyptic. It's
Very
something
cool.
about like, they have a whole story about how they became a band after the apocalypse. And
That's awesome. What's the name of the band again?
It's called Sovereign Citizens and the Nonprofits.
I like that nonprofits. It brings me to that struggle that like musician that broke musician struggle. Sort of the same as nonprofits. Yeah. That.
Well, so if I'm looking at the right place, it's number 1 of 5 nightlife in Post Falls bars and clubs, Cruisers Bar and Grill. So it's in Post Falls. Is this the right one?
Yeah, and they do, and they have I think they have doors on both sides, so they can actually ride their Harleys through it in the summer and stuff. But like this time of year, I doubt they'll have that going on. But they have a lot of live music. Local bands play there, and some touring acts come through and play there. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah! Look at in the summer, it looks like this is a place to go. Summer.
Yeah, they even have
events.
cage fighting. I mean,
yeah,
pro wrestling,
MMA cage fights, pro wrestling, drag races, music festivals, car and bike shows, live concerts, and of course, the home of the Road to Sturgis Rally.
Well, the drag show in there sounds a little out of place.
Well, not that kind of drag show. Oh, very cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty fun stuff. And then let's see, Cahoots Bar is going to be having a Halloween party tonight. Jello shots are always anyway. We like our Jello. There's always room for it.
There's always
anyway, they have.
I just got it.
Yeah. So first, second, and third prizes for the best costumes. And it looks like they're going to be picking their winners between 10:30 and 11. So if you're in costume tonight and you want to go to a costume party, check out Cahoots up in Colville.
Oh, that does
Very
sound like
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fun place too.
Is it Cahoots? Okay, I'm going to look up Cahoots now.
We were there. Yeah, we went there a couple of weeks ago, I think, with Kat and a film crew after hours, and it was after an interesting night. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I like that it has multiple rooms in there. So you can kind of have like more, like if you want a private seated area, there's kind of more like little places you can go instead of one big open room.
Yeah, yeah. It was also late, and they were the only place open.
Yeah.
They were the only place serving food.
Yeah.
It was
Hey,
like midnight,
there you
yeah.
go. Our friend Darren Hindlebrand, just playing Darren upcoming shows. Tonight he's at the Riddler from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Saturdays at the Snow Eatery from 6 to 9 p.m. Then the South Hill Grill on Sunday from 5:30 to 8:30. On Thursday, he's at the QQ Sushi and Kitchen from 5:30 to 8:30. That's just plain Darren. He's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He played at Fall Fest, right?
Yes, he did.
And I missed his performance. I wasn't able to make it down there. He was over behind the Mountain Market on Main for the car show, and I really wanted to go. I wanted to try and sneak over, but I was so busy over there. I never.
Well, the
made a
Brats
chance.
were representing for us. They were over there heckling him. Yep.
Good,
Nice,
good,
good.
good.
Making him play like some Steely Dan or something, whatever they do.
Play Steely Dan.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
to see your mom out there. Freebird.
Yeah, yeah. No charge. Okay.
Oh my gosh, so Cahoots looks cool. It looks like there's an old article when they opened up by our very own K.S. Brooks.
Yep.
It was Miss Brooks that I went there with, and she was the one that said, "Hey, let's go to Cahoots."
This looks cool. Yeah, Cahoots, whether you know it or not, you're in Cahoots. In fact, everyone is. We're in Cahoots with our community, says Lane Spradlin, co-owner of Cahoots. Everything we built is a bit of every person in the community. We're all friends. We're all family. We love everybody.
Well, and on every other Friday, I'm not sure where we're at on the weeks right now because of the longer. I don't know. It just seems like we had 5 Wednesdays last month. But
Right.
Chase and his band, they host a open mic jam every other
fun.
Friday there. So that's something to check out.
Every other third Friday on odd numbered months.
Yeah, exactly. On odd
confusing at
months.
all.
And,
I don't see a website here. What happens if I... Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then I did come across something that was interesting at the J Bones Music Land. This is in Spokane. They're doing a live performance recording of Atomic Jive. And that's going to be on November 9th.
Oh, cool.
It's a free studio experience. You can go in there. I think they're going to have beverages and maybe some snacks available for purchase. But other than that, the performance itself is free.
Oh.
They're looking for a studio audience for their live
wow.
performance.
So for
It's
those
like
of
a
the
free concert.
for people out there who weren't paying attention to the beginning part of that, say the beginning part of that again.
So at J Bones Music Land in Spokane.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a studio that has a theater in it, kind of like what we have here.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're doing a live performance recording for Atomic Jive, the band.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds super cool.
Who is Atomic Jive? Are they is that a ska band or like a swing
You know,
band?
I would have to look into that. I didn't actually look into the genre of the music that they play, But I just thought it was something neat it caught my eye as being different.
Yeah.
Something I hadn't seen before.
And that's one thing I've been really trying to locate around here is a decent, a good ska band, and I'm having a hard time finding something.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk about that later.
He's like, not on the
gotta
air.
be-
Chuck.
I don't want. Yeah, I'm not prepared for that discussion right there. But I know that at J Bone's Musicland, Blake Braley recorded a live album there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a familiar name. I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that.
That's cool.
Isn't he Alan Stone's keyboard player?
Yes. He went out on tour with Alan Stone. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what else you got for us?
Fun. Okay.
Well, I'm omitting that just because it was last night.
Okay, that's a good reason to omit it.
But
you could have gone too.
I wanted to make sure that we did a plug for Becky's Buds for the pub crawl. Poker for the Pets. That's coming up. It's a little ways down the road, but put it on your calendar for the 23rd of November.
Oh yeah.
Raise some money for those buddies.
Yes.
yes.
Do you remember October? That's not very far away at all. Yeah. You don't remember October, do you?
It just
Neither do
blink. You blink and it's gone.
October went by so fast. That's what I was alluding to. It seemed like. Remember how fast October went by? That's what I should have said.
I'm like, the coffee hasn't hit my brain. Didn't we
that's-
just have October? What are you talking
That's what my brain said. Remember how fast October went by? That's how fast November is going to go by.
I started writing 2025, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Right? Oh my gosh, thank you.
I'm like, I'm already in the next year.
Yeah, totally.
I could see that. I'm still getting over writing 2022 on everything. So but yeah, it does seem like
For some reason, 2025 feels very natural.
it really does.
Yeah. So I was going through trying to update things for the community calendar, and I had to make sure I went back and checked that I didn't put 2025 because I was like,
That's weird that you guys say that because I've had the same. Like I said, I just got over 2022, and now my brain wants to skip to 2025.
yeah. So hopefully that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good
omen.
A good omen. Yes.
Maybe. I'm
All right.
looking forward to the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'm excited to announce that next Saturday I'm going to be playing with my band Scary World, which is a collaboration between John Pitcher and I at the Oasis Tavern.
Oh, fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's going to be from 9 to 11, and we're going to be doing a full set of original music.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
At the Oasis?
At the Oasis.
And that's next week.
That's next Saturday. And I'll mention it again next week,
Yeah,
but I
good.
just wanted to mention it this week because, hey, it's time to promote it and let people know about it. Live original music at the Oasis.
So
That's
how
very
early do we
cool.
have to go to get a table?
I would say probably 8 o'clock or something, like an hour early to get a table.
All right. So Daniel,
or
I know
you-
you're listening.
Yeah, or you can see if you can reserve one too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
That
think
is
that
cool.
would be neat. Not cover tunes, but original music.
Yeah,
That I will show up for and definitely be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
very cool.
That is cool. And I do like Daniel said. Daniel commented lip sync for your life, talking about I love that as like maybe a tiebreaker for a drag race.
Right?
If
It is
they're-
a tiebreaker. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
how they figure out who's going to win.
Well, I'm saying like an actual drag race. If the racers, if it's too
That
close
would
to
be
call, then they have to get
hysterical.
out and they have to lip sync for the winner.
That would be
Craig, can you
hysterical.
manage that? Can you?
He's moved on. Look at how well he just ignores us. He's like, okay, they'll stop talking eventually.
We're just giving you some time to collect your thoughts.
Yeah,
Go figure out the next thing you're gonna
this
say.
particular poster, I'm gonna have to blow it up so I can read it. I couldn't see it. It's the Fall Folk Festival is happening in Spokane, November 9th and November 10th. So that's a Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday and 11 a.m. To 5 p.m. on Sunday. And that's at the Spokane Community College. I thought that was an interesting thing to check out if you're into folk music.
I like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. So go hear Craig on Saturday, and then you can go down to the folk festival on Sunday.
I like that.
They'd be very different.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
And then so there is another costume contest that was on my thread here, but of course I lost it because of the way things go. But it's down at Brothers Bar, and there's a $500 cash and prizes.
Oh my gosh!
On this is going to be not tonight, but tomorrow night. So it's their big big Halloween costume contest party. And Jeff down at Brothers, he always throws a really good costume contest. And DJ 29 Product is going to be playing the music. There's door prizes and drink specials all night. So go check that out Saturday night at Brothers Bar.
Yeah, have Laura put the costume on again, and then go over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean he
$500.
has good prizes. Yeah. He
Yeah.
bring
That's
a lot
cool.
of people show up for it because he does always put a good amount in the pot. Our friend Renetta posted. Thanks, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ray.
So they're
Great
playing the
Dave.
same night.
Great Dave,
So
yeah.
before you go to the costume contest, take your costume down to Masters Brew House in Deer Park. That's at 831 South Main Street. They're going to be playing from 6 to 9 on the 2nd.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw their post. Was that a benefit, or is that for anything, or?
I think it's just their last one of the season before the ski season
That's
starts.
right. That's right. I knew there was something special about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I found one at Whiskey Glasses, which is over on Highway 2. Steve Starkey and his band is going to be playing Saturday as well. And the time, it doesn't have the time, but I'm assuming it's probably starts at 9. Probably goes to midnight. And the last thing I wanted to bring up is our upcoming broadcast performance of Two Stones, One Bird and Jacob Van Noe here at the Northern Lights Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tickets are live, right? You can get online and get tickets off can you go to the KCHW website and get them, or do you have to take a picture of the QR code and that'll direct you to the website?
The QR code will take you to our Give Butter is the service that we use for those ticket sales. We'll get those tickets up this week.
Okay.
This upcoming week to get those purchased online. We'll be making some social media posts about it. Still trying to. There's a little blank space on that poster. We're trying to find a couple sponsors or two to fit in.
Oh
there.
yeah. So if you're looking to sponsor an event, that would be a good one to get in on.
Yeah, we'll get your name on the poster and get you mentioned and all this stuff, and then you get to support local music and the radio station. So,
well, maybe we can talk to some of our friends on Main Street too, because Will and Rob were talking about, we should plan on having a after hour, celebration or something in one of the restaurants. And I'm like, well, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd
definitely.
be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So really excited about that. That's going to be coming up on the 30th of November, so it's still a month away. We've got some, technical stuff to work out. We're going to do a little rehearsal and get all the stuff together to make sure that the performance and the broadcast just goes off without a hitch. So
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Are we going to have tickets that we're going to raffle off on our morning show, or bring more attention to it?
I think we can do that. We can probably do some giveaways and do some promotional stuff. I know we gave away.
I gave away a pair
already.
of tickets.
Yeah.
Lisa, one of the ladies that dressed up last night, she actually won those 2 tickets. So she's real excited. And she lost because I didn't actually have physical tickets, so I wrote it down on one of the sign-in sheets.
Yeah.
And she went down to the bar. I lost it. I don't know. And then so I get a message from Jason, the owner, and he's all, he called me right away, and I thought it was something like I did or something.
Yeah.
It was just that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy, no problem. We'll take care of her. Like I know who she is.
Oh,
so.
she lost
But see,
those
now
tickets.
somebody else has her little form that says you have 2 tickets.
Well, we know that's not an official form.
It's in my chicken scratch handwriting.
Handwritten by the man himself.
And we know who got that, and it's not you, buddy.
Right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for the Northern Lights Spotlight. Again, if you're interested in getting your event plugged on the Friday morning show, go onto Facebook, find the Northern Lights Spotlight, follow the group. We're at 160 members, so it's still growing a little bit at a time, a little bit each week, but definitely seeing some more activity there. And then also people are just sharing on to just to share something that's coming up too, which is fine. I mean, it's for people to use, so... I don't see anything else on here. I think I got through all of it.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Thank you for doing that, Craig. And how many people?
thank
How
you.
many people is that group up to now? Do you know?
160
said,
members.
yeah.
160. Was that more? Is that the same as last week, or is that more?
A little bit more.
Okay.
I think
It's
one
good,
more.
yeah.
I think it was 159 last week.
Well, keep those numbers rising, and I do appreciate that group has kind of stayed more to the musicians and the folks that are. I don't want to keep it exclusive because obviously we want lots of people joining up, but it's really been a great resource for the people doing shows.
Just
and
the
for
live music,
musicians,
yeah.
Well, what I've been doing on the weekly post is I'll tag people that are my friends that I know are actively playing gigs.
Mhm.
So hopefully that they'll get on, like Max Daniels, for example, or
Yeah.
just Sarah Brown or whoever that I know that plays shows around here. Just try to get them like aware of it, and then hopefully that they'll start contributing.
Yeah.
And
That way I don't have to prod so much. And I mean, I'm gonna keep adding to it as I find stuff, just because it's nice to have different events to let people know about.
And,
so.
and not to give away too much, because nothing's really been discussed yet, but talking with Gina about maybe, because she used to have her dance studio in this space,
Mhm.
and I was discussing with her the other day, maybe she might want to get help involved in starting to get some, which I've been talking about for a long time too, get some block parties going in this space right here that we have in front of the station, behind the restaurants, and she might want to help give
Block
some
parties?
advice and help get some stuff going on here. And yeah, we're gonna need some just like behind here in the alley where in front of the radio station.
Yeah.
Just sort of close off that alleyway and get some
I can
music
remember
out
her
there
doing
and-
that once, I believe. They put a stage in and had a few performers down here, and then you
Yeah,
can
you
wow.
put some
Like for the
vendors down here.
summertime, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like,
yeah. No, not during the wintertime. We're not gonna.
yeah, I was going to be like, wow.
Northern Lights Festival.
That's when I
Right.
think we're gonna have to do some coordinating. So if you got some time in the spring, and maybe we'll put out a volunteer call. We got to do some cleaning up of that covered area outside. It's a little
Yeah.
run down, and maybe help clean up the alley a little bit. Maybe
Fill
we
some
get,
potholes.
yeah, get the city and get the city involved. Maybe help
Oh
fill in
my
some of those
gosh,
potholes. I think we
yeah.
have some ankle damaging issues back there, and that's kind of what's kept me from moving forward on some stuff.
I mean,
so
all
far,
the
but-
construction that's been going on Main
Yeah.
Street.
Oh, I know. Just bring a little bit of that asphalt over here and just fill in some of these potholes so we can dance on it.
Right.
I'm just saying, it'd be fun. But yeah, that's something we got coming up that we want to really start looking at for next year is
Mhm.
cleaning up the space back here and making it a little more presentable and making it a fun space for holding events and stuff.
Well,
would be
and I get a lot of time where I'll be mentioning the radio station and then the theater, and they're like, "Well, where's that at?" Like I'm like, "It's behind Sporty's." You know where everybody everybody knows where that is. You know, that's where I get a really good burger. But yeah, but I think doing that would probably bring more light to the theater itself, and that way we can get more people to attend the functions that we do
Yeah.
here.
We're one of Chihuahua's best kept little secrets back here,
Right.
and I'm hoping to make it not a secret.
That's awesome. The visual that came to mind, did you see the movie with Whoopi Goldberg when she's playing the nun, right, who's hiding?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they do that outside performance, and she's doing James Brown, and she's
Yeah.
up there. That's what the visual that I have now of what's going on out here.
Didn't she do Tina Turner once in that too, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't remember her. I'm sure she did
I
because
could
she
just-
did all the R&B and things like that when she was doing that.
I picture Whoopi Goldberg dressed as Tina Turner doing
Right?
this whole lip syncing performance to Tina
Oh
Turner.
my gosh. I saw Tina Turner live in Houston and it was really cool because we were outside and we were like on a grassy hill. So
Mhm.
she was like right there. And she had all these little tiny Tina boppers with her, these young
Mhm.
ladies in their 20s. And she was out dancing them. Oh my gosh, she was amazing. She was my jaw was like the whole
That's
time.
like bucket list stuff. I mean, I know.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
I can remember early in my upbringing, my mom being just like that was one of her biggest inspirations was Tina Turner. Just
Oh,
her
yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
She was
yeah.
just always like, look at her dance. Look at how much I'm like, wow, yeah, she
Right?
can move.
Well, if I could go back and see concerts, like Tina Turner would be on there.
Yeah.
James Brown.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
It's still
when
on my
New
bucket
Jack
list.
City was here, right? And they
Yeah.
started doing Tina Turner and they started doing Big Wheel.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, how do you guys know these words? And we're like, Big Wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning.
And he's-
Rolling,
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 rolling.
rolling down the river. do, 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 do.
I mean, it's
do,
just, you
do,
can't help
bum,
but sing
bum,
along with
right?
that. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, so cool. We're like, yes.
And I think to another one on my bucket list, I believe a few years back, he renounced his retirement from just in general, especially from touring. But for many years, Stevie Wonder was on my bucket list. To go see Stevie Wonder in concert would be a dream come true. But I think he's pretty well done with
Now I have
with
to look him up.
everything. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Because isn't he like 90 or something?
Yeah, he's pretty old. And Tom Waits just announced his retirement recently in the last year or two. So, and then immediately put out another album. So
Right.
But I think it was one he had worked on and was working on getting it out.
Stevie Wonder's career is fascinating, though.
It really
I've
is.
been listening to like a podcast about him.
Yeah,
Tickets 2024 Stevie Wonder tour.
Is he still touring?
Yes.
Is it like a farewell tour? Is it? I swore he announced he was. Of course,
What
you
I
know,
thought was
musicians,
interesting is that he actually opened up for the Rolling Stones in like the late, I think it was the later 70s or
Really?
or yeah. And there was a certain performance, I don't know where it was, but Mick and or they were late. They weren't able to perform at the time they were supposed to. So Stevie Wonder held that crowd for like 3 hours.
Oh, I'm
as,
sure.
As Stevie Wonder
I was
would.
just gonna say Stevie Wonder.
I love that he goes from all the genres. I mean, even some of his earlier stuff was almost. It wasn't disco. It was more funk, but it was almost disco-like. And then he goes into that some of that deep funk, and then you get in the '80s, and he had some of those ballads, and
Yeah.
Well, and originally he's a drummer.
yeah.
Was
yeah.
he really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so he's performing.
But he's a
tomorrow.
boy wonder. Like he was just like
In
he already
Chicago.
knew.
Oh,
he
yeah.
already knew how to play.
Yeah.
He's playing tomorrow in Chicago. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get my tickets. How much are tickets for that show? About $1,000, like Taylor Swift tickets?
Let's see tickets.
I'll bet not. I bet you Stevie Wonder
2
wouldn't
tickets.
allow that to happen.
Continue. Actually, not bad. $95.
Well, that's not bad actually.
I mean, it costs more to go see the ballet.
Huh.
So yeah, and they don't
That
get.
is a huge venue, though. Look at that.
Look at that. And he's gonna be right here in this little venue. That's gotta fit like what? How many people you think that fits? 20,000 people? here?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
There is tickets that are 900 and something, though, it looks like.
Where?
Oh, I'm just assuming by the
Right
scale
here?
up there.
I'm
if
too
you
old
wanna
for those
be-
big giant.
Right up front, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to be right up
624.
front, yeah, $624 per ticket.
I'm guessing the grayed out areas are sold out.
They have, yeah.
That would be a dream though. Go see Stevie Wonder. I bet you he still puts on a heck of a show.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yep, yep.
yeah.
I'm
no
sure.
doubt. High demand.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he's doing Stevie Wonder Tour 2025.
What?
Oh, sorry. Stevie Wonder is not scheduled to tour in 2025, but he is currently on his final tour.
Yep. Yep.
Show more.
That's what I knew. I knew I just heard something just very
He's
recently.
not going to be
that
anywhere
he's-
around here, though. It doesn't look like.
It looks like his last show of his final tour is in Chicago. So yeah, you got to get those tickets.
Okay. Yeah, I knew. I just recently heard something that he was announcing he was done. He was going to retire. So
Yeah. Catherine says that the Songs in the Key of Life is the best album ever.
I can't. I
Right.
don't
Nobody
think you can. I don't think you can disagree with that.
I
No.
was gonna say
No.
nobody can dispute that.
Amazing musician.
Very cool. Well, that's amazing to see that he's still performing, that he's going on tour, that he just is finishing up this tour. That's awesome. Go, Stevie.
There's a lot of iconic musicians right now that from all those musicians from the 60s, 70s, 80s. They're all sort of wrapping up their careers and doing their farewell tour. It seems like a bunch of them all at once.
Okay, but it can't be real because Willie Nelson will never stop singing, right?
No, he's going to keep going.
I have to look up Willie Nelson now.
And I saw some tragic news. Who was it? I do believe it was it Steven Tyler? Just announced he has some vocal damage that's irreversible, that he's not going to be able to sing anymore. Yeah. I think it was Steven. God, I hope I'm not getting that wrong. I'm pretty sure.
Now
it
I'm
was,
going to have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure it was Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
And kind of announced his retirement, that he just can't do it anymore.
Well, the way he sang, vocal injury.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to. I don't remember if it was from a performance or something, but yeah, he's.
Wow. Aerosmith lead singer Steven Tyler suffered a vocal injury that resulted in a fractured larynx and permanent voice damage,
Yep.
forcing the band to retire from touring.
Yep.
He injured his vocal cords during a show on Aerosmith's farewell tour, Peace Out, in September of 2023. He said the injury was so severe that it caused bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Horrible. I mean, that's a loss to mankind right there.
Well, I mean, that's oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Catherine, her name, Julie, Sound of Music woman.
Julie Andrews?
Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, her and Celine Dion had that horrible injury that was happening to her. But she went up for the 2024 Olympics in France, and she was amazing. But she hadn't been able to sing for like a year before that. So her recovery, and of course, Julie Andrews, she still has never gotten full range back. So she sings, but she doesn't sing. You know, she isn't. And that's, I mean, talk about a loss to humanity. That's a tragedy. So, yeah. So singing is better. It's been proven to be better for your health. So everybody should sing, but don't sing too much.
Don't overdo it.
Right?
Oh, no.
Right? I know. Craig is performing every day. But yeah, it seems to be that's the sweet spot, right? Don't overdo it.
Well, one thing
Take
I've
care of
learned
your
too
voice.
is like when you rehearse a song over and over again. Like I did Long Train Running like 3 or 4 times in a row one time. Never doing that again.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one's already hard because it's just like it's like a soul singing type voice where you're on the edge of your ability the whole time.
Yeah.
And Doobie Brothers, I believe, did that one. But yeah, it was just anytime like that. And then like with John, we go through the songs like 2 times. Like our last rehearsal was just every one of our originals twice. And by the second time you go through the same song, you can start feeling it because every song uses different muscles and it's not like the same thing. Like it's a lot easier to just switch songs every time and do a different song.
Oh yeah.
If you're trying to do the same one, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Even I was entered once in a picking contest playing mandolin, and I over practiced so much that it's like when you say a word over and over again so many times and it stops making sense. It just my fingers stopped working and none of it made sense anymore. Nothing sounded right. It just it stopped making sense right before I had to go up on stage. So yeah, and I didn't do well.
I'm trying to think. It's so funny because when I was performing in Seattle, we would do sets that were we do hour sets or hour and a half long sets, and then I'm emceeing at the same time. So I'm thinking, I don't think we ever practiced our set, like the whole set before a show. I think it was always like we do a section of it and do them over and over again. And then by the time we did the set, we had everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to really work out the details.
Yeah.
The repetition's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once you get it locked in, then you can just go through the whole set. But, oh, wait, we need to go through that one again. We don't have the transition into the bridge or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah.
Things you don't think about.
Right.
Like you're doing them and you're like, oh, let's see. Yeah, I did do that. Or no, I didn't do that. Yeah. Very cool.
A little behind the scenes for everybody listening.
I know, right?
So let's go ahead and move on to some more fun stuff. Let's do some celebrity birthdays. I always threaten to do it, and we never end up getting to it.
Is that what we're at right there?
Right? Because we don't care. Sorry. We do care.
Because we don't care? What? Because we don't care about what?
It's not my birthday. Oh, wait a minute.
It's not Craig's birthday. We don't care. Okay. Let's see. Is there anybody interesting that we want to talk about?
Well, you don't want to talk about the Apple CEO, Tim Cook?
No, I don't
It's his 64th
care.
birthday.
He's much better than the other CEO, so it's okay.
Right. The other, well, he's not around anymore, so.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm not can't speak dead. Okay, Jenny McCarthy is 52.
52, yeah.
Right? And then Matt Jones from Breaking Bad is 41.
Who was he in Breaking Bad?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know who he is. Do you know who he is?
I'm gonna just I don't think I know who any of the other than Jenny McCarthy. I recognize that name. Well, and Tim Cook, I guess. Yeah.
That's old Matty from the block. Matt. You know him. No, not
a clue. Yeah, not a clue. And then we have.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah, no, I just looked him up. He's got the unusual sort of a raspy, sort of hoarse-sounded voice, more like a high-pitched kind of voice. Yeah, I can't. Do it. That sounds more.
That was pretty good there, Chuck.
We have Natalia Tina or Tenna. How do you think that is? She's from Game of Thrones, and she was also in the Harry Potter films. She's 40. I feel old now.
Right.
Penn Badgley from Gossip Girl or Margin Call or You is 38. Kylie Bryant from Kickin' It and Legacies is 26. These are all really young people. I just am feeling old now. Alex Wolff from Old, speaking of old.
Right.
And Spencer in the Jumanji films is 27.
Yeah, speaking of old, I still think of Robin Williams when I think of Jumanji.
Right?
But they have that whole new series, which are actually really
They're actually
really
good.
Yeah, I really enjoy
I think
them.
they all stand on their own, but yeah,
They do,
The
they
Rock,
do.
he cracks me up. They do a great job.
Jack Black playing the
Yes!
teenage girl like so naturally, like
Oh my
you
gosh.
lose somebody with the stature of Jack Black, and he manages to lose himself in the character of a teenage girl
Absolutely.
so
Perfectly.
flawlessly. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
good,
No, it was
really good stuff.
awesome.
So let's do a little that happened today. In 1800, U.S. President John Adams became the first president in the United States to live in the Executive Mansion, which was renamed later to the White House.
Right? You know, I just have to make an observation. The fact that we're using this random trivia page that we usually never use is a testament to the fact that we are all whipped. We're like
Right?
hardcore. We're like, okay, we're going to go with this now.
Let's just read this.
They were really hoping that I had more in that, but I just didn't have any more content today.
We should have had Craig totally music us in here so that we killed another 5 minutes.
Hey, Greg, do you want to do a 20-minute performance today? Like, yeah, okay.
No pressure, no
Well,
pressure.
you know what? It's a testament to the fact that we're, and I'm a little relieved that we have sort of a quiet month heading into the holidays, heading into Thanksgiving. There's still some good stuff going on, but
I'm thinking you're saying quiet month, and in my head I'm thinking about all this stuff. The one act plays that I have a rehearsal right after we get off the radio. I have to go for rehearsal, and I'm super excited. And then I'm doing the Christmas Tree Labyrinth. And so the Christmas Tree Labyrinth, I'm reminding myself that I have to call people and make sure I start announcing. So for those of you who are listening, who are in Chewelah or close by, the Christmas Tree Labyrinth after Christmas, like on the 26th, 27th, if you no longer want your Christmas tree, like if you take it down right away, bring it down to us at the theater and I will use that in our Christmas Tree Labyrinth. So you don't have to worry about getting rid of your tree. You can bring it to us and it will be part of the labyrinth.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so super, super cool, and it's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to start building the labyrinth over on the brand new parking lot so I can figure out how many actual trees that we need. And then that's just going to be gorgeous. And then Trash Parade is coming up, so I need to make my costume for Trash Parade, and that's on New Year's Eve. We have the wonderful shows, right? We were talking about the Wonderettes and the Wonder of Joy, Catherine, is the name of the show that's coming up, where it's the Wonderettes are doing a small thing, and it's 3 other people that are performing. That's going to be amazing. We have the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer show that Stage Time is doing, and I'm not a big Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer fan, but oh my God. Well, okay, I got
Shame
woke.
on you.
I know, I got woke, and the fact that they are so mean to Rudolph and so mean to the little kid who's the dentist.
Yeah.
Right? Now it just really
I want to
bothers
be
me.
a dentist.
Right? And they like excluded him and made him feel bad about himself. And so now I'm just like, oh no, I can't like unsee that, right?
Yeah, why did in the original movie why was he shunned so much for wanting to be a dentist?
Right? And Santa going to Donner and his wife and saying that Rudolph couldn't be part of his sleigh because he had a difference. Santa, who loves everybody. That really bugs me.
Shame on you, Santa Claus.
Right? How dare you not accept this wonderful reindeer with a bright red nose?
And the only time, here's the problem I have with that.
See?
The only time he was accepted was when
he was needed.
When he was needed. When
he was
when it,
useful.
When it was useful. If it wasn't useful, if it was just different.
He didn't want him.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean? So you see what you're woke, and then it's like, oh.
Oh
but
man.
the play that Stage Time is putting on, oh my gosh. This is going to be so much fun. The costumes are adorable. The set is amazing. Of course, Melissa Curie is the one who does the sets over there at the theater. She's putting on some amazing stuff that is going on. One of the trees that I have collected, right, because I'm obsessively collecting fake trees now for this labyrinth, she's got my 7.5 foot tall tree on stage, and it's lovely. I've never seen it out of the box, and I'm like, oh, that's a really nice tree.
Was it a second hand that you
They're
got?
all
Or was it
second hand.
Okay, good.
So one lady, my most recent tree, a lady donated a 9-foot tree, and so I just picked that up the other day, and so that's big enough that can be at like the center of the labyrinth because it's going to tower over all the other ones. But I have a couple 7.5-foot trees. I have some 6-foot trees. Nothing shorter usually than 6 feet because of course we want them to be high enough that you're going through the labyrinth. But yeah, super, super exciting. Everything is going to be ramping up here. The Christmas caroling is going on, of course, at the Center for the Arts. And I'm excited to be hopefully doing that with Catherine. She hasn't officially told me that I can get up on stage and sing and lead people again, but I'm just going to keep nudging her.
I, for a second when you first started talking about that, I was really excited. I thought you were going to tell us that you turned one of those trees into a costume.
No, I mean, you could because they're segmented, right? And they're connected. So you just have a little battery pack and then you could like walk around as a tree. But no, I'm using them for the labyrinth, not the haunt.
Fine.
I know. Next year, Chuck. But yeah, so things slowing down. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
You don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
lots of stuff
To
going
me,
on.
it feels like, because we do have a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like for the first time in a long time, I have, me personally, I don't know about you, you got
I was
stuff
just going to
on
say,
too,
I
but-
think that's you personally.
But I have time to actually plan for the first time in ages, not stuff going on during the time I'm also planning something else.
Oh,
So I
nice,
have
yeah.
some time to actually like plan,
Like in
work on
process.
planning.
Well, and the
some
next
stuff
big
going on,
thing
yeah.
you've got is Winterfest. Is that?
That's in February, though.
Well, right, but
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
there's-
mean,
well,
there's
we've-
other
Trash
things, but I'm
Parade.
thinking like a big event for the city.
Yeah, well, there's city sidewalks, there's Trash Parade.
Oh, nice, okay.
And then Winterfest. But yeah, it's good. It's good to have Boo Fest because Boo Fest sort of caps off the summer and fall stuff, and now we're gonna move into the winter stuff.
Oh my gosh, Craig, this is how OCD I am. Okay, so Boo Fest, right? Oh my God, this is so Paula. Okay. So, okay. So, I'm getting a new backdrop. So, Brad, you can use my backdrop. I'm happy to have you do it. It's a Halloween backdrop, no problem.
Yeah.
So I have the backdrop folded because my new backdrop came and it's epic. And then I'm like, oh, and you guys needed stuff to hang next to the backdrop. So here's some black cheesecloth. And then I'm like, well, you needed some decorations. And I'm like, well, what kind of decorations? And so mind you, this is all stuff that I was not using this year. Okay, so I'm like, well, here's some window decals and here's this cool little paper house and well, they need some pumpkins. Let me throw some pumpkins in there. And then I'm like, well, maybe they need this and maybe they could use this. And I'm like going through and I'm like gathering stuff. And then I'm like, well, maybe they already have decorations. Maybe they don't need all these decorations. And they're going to be like, Paula, what are you doing? We already have decorations.
They were very useful.
Oh my gosh. And nobody took pictures. And I'm trying to like coordinate in my head. I'm like, well, you have one black pumpkin, so let me give you another black pumpkin because that works with this black and white pumpkin. And
But there were hundreds of pictures. They're just not available yet.
right?
They're on Brad's camera.
I was gonna say I don't think anybody took pictures of how it looked. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys. And then I'm like, okay, I'm being completely neurotic. I'm just gonna leave them and they'll use what they need to use. But I have been obsessing over. Did they have enough? Did they have too many? Did I pick good stuff?
It was perfect.
Thank you.
It was perfect.
Just saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, so before we get out of here, do you guys want to end the show with a little trivia?
Sure.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I like the
All right.
trivia because especially on a day like today, it's don't have to think about it.
Right? Well, I mean, we have to think about it 'cause
answering
we're,
the
you know.
questions. Me myself, I'm asking the
You're
questions.
asking
I
the
don't have to think about it. So
Yeah, did you see he had to close his eyes and like
Yeah, I
brace
have to.
himself,
Yeah, that's trivia. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
right? And it's finally not about Halloween, so I'm going to totally not be very good at it.
okay, so
42.
this is crazy.
You'll get it right one of these times.
I know.
I don't know if you guys, maybe you already know this. It's so random, but it's absolutely crazy, and I had no idea. Giraffes are the only animals born with what? And this is not even a thing you associate giraffes with having. You know they have them.
Giraffes?
Yeah, giraffes are the only animal born with these.
A sense of direction.
Horns.
Horns.
The only animal born with horns.
Wow,
And
you're
you
so
don't.
good.
When you think of a giraffe,
It's a
horns
guess,
isn't
but
the
yeah.
first
They have
thing
like
that
a
comes to your.
little-
Yeah, they've got the little stubby things.
Little nubs.
They're born with them.
Wow, poor mom.
Right. Well, they're short. Yeah. So both males and females are born with
Spoken
bony,
like a true man.
bony
they're
knobs
short.
on their forehead.
Yeah, and we get a common cold and we're down for a week. You know.
oh, but there's a caveat to that. So technically, they are called ossicones, which
Oh,
is
interesting.
mistaken
Okay.
for horns. So they're not technically a horn.
They look.
they're
They're
ossicone.
nubbins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
They're
hopefully they're
nubbins.
soft at birth or something?
I think so.
Okay.
They probably stay soft most of the time.
Okay.
Okay.
They don't really need them. I mean, they're like so tall that.
Right?
So
I don't know if they serve a purpose. They're cute though.
Yeah.
answer this question.
No.
You are afflicted with
True.
cytomania. What do you have?
Can you say it again? Because I was saying something.
Sitomania. Sitomania? Sitomania?
You can't sit.
No.
You only sit. You can't stand.
It has nothing to do with sitting or standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sito means.
Sitomania. Sito. What does? Okay, here. See, I have the
You're,
power
you're
of the
cheating. It's an abnormal something.
This can't be it.
Fear of grandmas.
Fear of grandmas.
No. Well, according to this here, it says it's an abnormal. Do you want to know? It's an
Yes.
abnormal craving for food, and I
Oh,
don't
weird.
know if the craving level is abnormal or the food that you're craving is abnormal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look that up. How does
Yeah.
it spelled?
SITO
SITO.
mania.
Mania.
Yeah.
All right. Explanation.
Tell us what it is, Paula.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
It's wildly informative.
Is it?
Cytomania is a medical term that means an abnormal or morbid, that might be more descriptive, obsession with food or an abnormal craving for food. It is also known as phagomania.
Yes, that one I have heard of. Like I've seen videos. I remember HBO used to do a special on this when I was a kid, or they did a special where people would eat hair. People would eat.
Oh,
There was a lady that would eat so many carrots that she actually turned
Orange.
Oh wow! Or the guy that took so much silver he turned blue.
Well, because the silver was so accepted as treatment for something, so they did it, and they didn't realize that it never, your body can't process
Well,
it.
remember there was that really guy. He got
Yeah, and
famous
somebody
for
turned-
doing it. He had the
Yeah.
gray beard and the completely like Smurf
Completely
blue skin.
yeah.
I met that guy.
That's the silver. You met him?
Yeah, he was. I don't remember. I think it might have been when I was living in Tennessee or maybe even Anchorage, but he was always in Walmart. And I remember like that's the blue guy. Like
wow.
And I talked to him like, "You're the guy," and he's like, "Yeah, that's me." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Bye."
Hey, Bob
You know?
Smurf. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was actually a super nice guy, but
Yeah.
he had a lot of people stopping him all the time. So, all right. So,
Interesting. Okay. That was kind of grim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna.
mean, I know I really like that extra bowl of ice cream after the first one, though. So maybe
Yeah, does that
I'm
mean you have cytomania?
maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna do that one because the next one is involves social media and photos and is a little bit longer than what we're willing to do today.
Well, I'm going to go back to Craig's ice cream comment. Okay, the
Okay.
most frustrating thing ever, right, is when somebody gives you some ice cream, and it's like a little teeny tiny little. Yeah, it's like this big.
Yeah, they're teasing you with it.
Right? They're like, is this a joke? Is this like the teaser? Is that like the real ice cream coming in a second? Or
Although
I was at Moon's Mongolian Grill and they asked if I wanted ice cream,
Mhm.
and they bring out the little cup like you get at the cafeteria in school, you
Yeah.
know, but they didn't just bring one; they brought two.
Oh,
wow.
They must know.
They must know.
They must know.
Did they like
Right.
you?
They're like, well, maybe that was it too, but yeah.
But then on the other hand,
She
if
probably
you-
saw how much spicy stuff I put in mine. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he really
You
needs
need
some
this.
ice
Yeah,
cream.
you need this.
But then on the flip side of that, have you ever seen the little teeny tiny like Ben and Jerry's ice creams?
Yeah, the little $1 ones.
Yeah. Those are great. I love those.
Where they like are more rich than a full size.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are the Ben and Jerry's that I actually it's too rich is the Cherry Garcia. The dairy in that is so heavy that I like literally cannot. I'm like, I can have a bite.
You are dead to me. Cherry Garcia is the best ice cream ever invented, and you are wrong.
No.
You are dead to me.
It's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's the
Gratefully dead.
Right. It's the 31 flavors
I like it.
chocolate chip. That's my favorite. That's the best ever.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the best ever.
Well, actually, if it's the dairy they make an oat milk Cherry Garcia that is phenomenal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
and it goes down like it has all the flavor and the richness, but
Yeah.
then it doesn't hit your stomach hard.
Yeah, because
No,
of
that's
the
good.
cream. That something about the heaviness of the. Because I love the taste, but
Mhm.
I like a bite and I'm like, whoa, I'm done.
The worst part is the cherries in there are the hunt, so it's hard to stop yourself because you're always hunting for that next full size cherry.
Dunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a joke there?
It's the cherries of the hunt. You said.
The cherries are the hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta hunt for those cherries. With that said, I think we should get out of here.
People are like, they are so weird today.
Are you guys ready to get out of here?
Are you ready, Craig?
I think we did it. We came,
we
we
do it?
saw,
Yes.
A show was had.
and the show was had.
We're gonna get
Another
outta
Friday
here.
morning show.
Right? We're going to work on a song to sing for the Christmas holidays. We'll end the show at some point between now and Christmas with a Chuck, Paula, and Craig melody. Look at both guys are looking at me like, what?
Or we might not. Maybe we could. Maybe we couldn't.
I think we can do it.
I
It'll
was
be
going to
fun.
say, with the three of us, I mean, that would be some kind of an off, not well known.
Well, he's got time.
I think
He
we
said
do.
that he has time, so
He
we can.
has time.
All the time, all the time in the world.
See?
Yeah. All right, so you can stay tuned right here tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. for the best classic rock and more with Old Man Mark live here in the studio. Then from 8 to 10 p.m. is the psychedelic era that we're going to be stuck in with the Hermit, and then sticking around with the Hermit from 10 to 11 for Days of Confusion. So we hope you guys have a great weekend out there. It's we got a little bit of nice weather coming tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow,
So,
and then rain. And then we have, after 4 days of rain and snow, we have like 4 days of sun,
Mhm.
and then it packs us in with snow and rain.
I said, seeing that snow in the forecast, this is the time of the year where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this
It's
is
time.
where we're at. Yep.
Yeah, so we have tomorrow is showers,
Mhm.
right? Tomorrow's Saturday.
Mhm.
Sunday, partly cloudy. So anything you want to do outside, do it on Sunday, because then you have Monday with rain and snow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, partly cloudy. You've got a window. Going to be cold, 48 as a high. But then after Saturday the 9th, it's showers and snow.
That's it.
That's it. That's all
it
we
for the
see.
year.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it. We're calling it.
It looks like it for
Mm-hmm.
you look at the future or the forecast, and it looks pretty rainy and snowy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with those lows,
which is
look at
great
that.
for the ski hill.
I know, right?
I'm excited for
Yes.
that.
Yes, sir.
I
All right,
have to
everyone.
get up there and listen to you.
It's a fun time.
I think
We
it would be
should.
cool. I just want to sit in the lodge and.
Yeah, well, and I mean that's where the cocoa is,
Right.
the hot cocoa,
All right.
Cool facilities up there too.
Yeah, it's
Great
cool.
stuff.
Okay.
All right, everybody. You've been listening to the KCHW Morning Show, or what there was of it. We had fun though. All right. Thank you guys so much. You have a great weekend. You've been listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care.
Go listen to some live music.
Yeah.
Come to the Blues Jam.
Bye, everybody.
It's 9:01.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God.